Hey guys, what's up? It's me. I love how as soon as I press record, my cat leaves. I was ready to have to like excuse my cat, and then she left. So this is maybe on time. I'd like to formally apologize for how late the past couple ones have been. It's been a little bit hectic between Thanksgiving and then we surprisingly got a new puppy unexpectedly, and that took a lot of time. And I record when the house is empty, so I can be as loud as I want and say the word fuck as many times as I want. And that's kind of hard to do when there has to be someone here with a dog all the time, because otherwise I would be watching and he would hear me get excited and he would pee on my lap, and I don't want to deal with that. So this is, but hopefully by now everything is up, everything's good. I apologize, we got it worked out, so hopefully that won't happen again. I think I need to move my camera. It's been a busy, oh please focus, okay. It's been a busy couple days. So this is episode 4. This is Fault. The name makes me nervous because I feel like they expect your first thought to go to, like, whose fault is it? Like, that kind of connotation, but my dumb geology brain immediately goes, volcanic faults? Fault lines are along crate. Like, I haven't been spoiled for this. If you guys can't tell, it is 9 a.m. on Monday. I usually record at like 1 or 3 in the afternoon once I have time to like wake up and whatnot, but this is literally the only time the house is going to be empty. So it's really early in the okay, really early is not the right word. It's early in the morning, so I'm a little frazzled. I haven't been spoiled. I've been staying away from social media. I saw like 1.5 things, and I scrolled past really quickly. So the only things that I saw, just for heads up, was that close-up picture of Yang from the trailer, and people talking about how RWBY has gotten a lot of influence from FMA and how they thought that something related to the newest episode. I scrolled past that, and that the Hound could be similar to Nina, and that it was like a Grimm and a person, which I already had talked about. And then the other one that I saw is more of a spoiler. It looked like Ren dangling from a ship, or hanging from something by like an arm. And also something with Jean's sword, like falling, I think. It was combined with a bunch of pictures of the 1998 Mulan movie. That's why I didn't realize it was a spoiler at first, because I was like, oh hell yeah, Mulan! I love the animated one. The new one doesn't exist. And so I think they were just trying to compare something with the story of Mulan and something that happens with Ren. So I'm afraid. My first thought immediately went to Avatar: The Last Airbender and just the whole part with like Toph and Sokka and the space sword. And I'm concerned. This is 20 minutes, which doesn't alleviate that concern. Also, I'm sorry if I really am out of it. I overslept, so I literally have been up for 20 minutes. Huh! Okay, I actually was listening to Touch the Sky earlier, which is like the absolute wrong tone of this. I have not warmed up my voice at all. Goodbye to all the things we loved. Gave up our lives just to find that it was not enough. Our solitude, our carefree peace. Oh, so I'm rewatching Full Metal Alchemist, as I think I mentioned. Baby boy! Oh, Nora. And there was a fun thing that caught my attention, actually. Oh, this is really loud. Something that caught my attention with Oscar specifically is, spoilers for FMAB, I guess, is that when Greed is born a second time, it comes in through a cut on Link's cheek. So that just makes me concerned because of what we saw with Oscar. This is literally my morning caffeine. I didn't even make coffee this morning. There's the Hound! Can hear my cat causing problems in the other room.
You should have seen the look on Joanna's face. I don't think she'd ever lost a fight before that. At least, not fair and square.
Local lesbian laments about dear friends. Ha!
Tough crowd tonight. Guess Ironwood should have paid for better cell block entertainment. And he smiles.
Cell block tank
Did I
opening.
win?
Hey, it's your game. I don't make the rules.
I'm sorry for what happened. It wasn't your fault.
It was, though. I made a deal with the darkness, and he paid the price. It was all happening so fast, but Clover wouldn't let up. Could have worked together against Tyrion if Clover just... But the thing that really stings, for the first time in a while, I thought, maybe I could be around somebody, anybody, without my semblance making it complicated. Now, it just feels like a childish dream. Gone. Like everybody else.
Believe it or not, I know a little of what that's like. When people are worried you're gonna sniff out their secrets, they tend to push you away. It makes a real connection difficult.
I never thought of it that way.
Bitch.
You don't get to keep that.
Oh.
Didn't kill him.
You keep saying that. But it was your weapon covered in his blood.
Literally, you have a...
You really want to know what happened?
Yeah.
Mohawk? Why not open the cell and take my hand?
Yeah, he has a... I was gonna say, you have a lie detector.
If I open the cell, it won't be to shake hands.
Yeah, because you don't care about the truth. You just want someone to be mad at. Easier than taking an honest look at what side you're on.
Legend. Legend.
Air, what are you doing?
Being petty.
Nothing.
Oh, their teamwork is falling apart, Scoob.
Well, that was almost exciting.
Trailer shot. Oh, there's baby Oscar boy in its paws.
It's going to lose us in these mountains. We can't keep up.
Low on fuel, thruster
I
problems.
don't know how much longer these bikes can stand the cold.
Oh, it's the cold.
Really wishing one of us could fly right now.
Wait, hold on.
He kinda can.
Going to get you up there.
Yeet the boy! It's just in his mouth! John!
Okay, not as nice.
Slowing him down.
This would have been a fun sequence to animate.
Joy.
Come on, baby boy! I was trying to slow it down. I thought I was gonna yeet it at it. Ugh. Oh, you are so lucky you have an aura. Otherwise, you would just... all of your bleeding would be internal. Yo, it's literally just like Mario Kart. You're gonna hit Oscar! Did it just call for more Graham? Yup. I thought the guitar was them yelling for a minute, and I was like, that's terrifying.
Call for backup?
Determination. Oh! Poison. Ugh. Yo, this song slaps. Hell yeah, baby boy! Legendary! Oh, having this song be like the sky is falling after I was literally just... like having the sky is falling down literally be... oh, there's the... ugh! Right after I was listening to Touch the Sky. Oh, there's the sword! Oh, he gave up Oscar for them! Oh! Do something only Ren can do. Oh, shit. Whitley! Oh, shit!
You've picked a fine time to...
Not another word. We're coming in.
Things are already bad enough after what you did to Father. Now you want us to harbor fugitives too?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Family has a reputation.
That's what you're worried about? Your reputation?
I'm just saying that we've already lost all the house staff. And Mother locked herself in her room.
Maybe you haven't figured out what's going on, Whitley, but we're busy trying to save Atlas.
Look, our friend is hurt. We just need a place to lay low while she rests, and then we'll be out of your way.
Fine. What do you expect me to do then?
Go to your room.
You two need to have a
This
conversation.
way.
Oh, Nora. You'll make strong.
I hope everyone's doing all right.
If you're worried about Yang, you could always try calling her.
That's the thing. I did.
Oh,
I repeat, if anybody can hear me.
oh, without...
I need transport back to Mantle.
When their aura runs out, they'll freeze to death.
We need to
Yeah.
get out of this weather before the cold drops our auras completely. How much farther to the outpost?
Why are you...
Ren, how much?
I don't know.
I thought you said you saw it when you were up in the air.
I did. Before I had to cut myself loose to help you guys.
Oh, he feels bad.
Yeah, you've brought that up a couple times now. Something you need to say?
Not really. Wouldn't want to waste any more time.
Hey, what is your deal?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm sorry things aren't going smoothly enough for you.
Guys.
They're not going smoothly at all.
I hate to break it to you, but that's part of being a huntsman.
Are you kidding? We don't know the first thing about being huntsmen. We clearly weren't ready.
Guys, stop it.
Were we not ready when we saved Haven? When we took down a Leviathan? We got the lamp to Atlas.
And then we lost it. And after that, when we had to make real decisions, we got every single one wrong.
I'm not going to pretend like we did everything perfectly. But if we'd done nothing, things would be even worse than they are now.
How could they possibly be worse?
They could be worse.
Stuck out here while Salem has the lamp and Oscar. We've got no plan, no army.
We've got the Maiden.
And by keeping her from opening the vault for Ironwood, we're just trapping the whole city for Salem.
People are going to die because of us.
So what? We should just give Ironwood what he wants? Abandon Mantle? You think Atlas is still going to be able to float to safety now that she's here?
I don't know. But these aren't the kinds of decisions we should be making because we have no idea what we're doing.
Okay, both of you, cut it out.
I'm just saying what nobody else wants to. We're in way over our heads. Ruby is barely more than a kid. I'm just an orphan from the middle of nowhere.
Ren,
Oh.
You cheated your way into bacon.
There's the snap. There's the snap that we were waiting for.
You don't think we should be huntsmen? Fine. But I'm getting out of the cult. Still got a job to do.
Seriously, is your goal just to push everyone away?
I was half expecting her to say that's why Nora left.
Don't panic. It'll be okay.
My long-lost Ozma.
Oh boy.
Found at last. So small, this new host of yours. It's a wonder my hound didn't break you.
No shit.
It's been how many years since we saw each other like this, face to face? And nothing to say?
I'm sorry the reunion isn't living up to your expectations.
You can pretend, boy. But you're not fully him. Not yet, at least. Well, Perhaps you and I can have a better working relationship. Oscar, was it? The beacon relic. My forces have been unable to locate the relic beneath the school. If I know my Ozma, he has used some means of deception to hide its location differently than the others.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know where it is.
That's not something I know about.
Of course. He would keep that one guarded as long as possible.
He would. She's not wrong there.
Easier then. The password for the lamp.
That one he does know.
That's all out of questions.
What the fuck? What the hell?
Lies come out of you so easily.
Don't touch him.
Like-minded souls indeed.
Oh.
One of you is going to tell me what you know. I don't much care if it is you or Ozma. Either way, I'll finally have the relic.
You gonna throw up? Surprised he's not crying, honestly.
Hazel?
Oh boy.
Wait.
Oh, has he not been through enough right now? Yeah.
Whisperhaven Academy. Everything that follows will be for my sister.
Jesus. Neo!
Your Grace, What is that?
An experiment. So far, I am pleased with the results. Did you need something, Cinder?
Yes, I want to search for the Winter Maiden. I think...
Do you hear that, my pet? She thinks. She wants. As if she's done something that warrants me caring about either of those things.
We're just sitting and waiting. Without the Maiden power, the Vault means nothing. Let me claim it for you.
She really has no ass.
When and where you are needed.
But Your Grace...
I'd like to think I have shown a great deal of patience over my many years walking Remnant. But I do hate repeating myself. You will remain here. Is that clear?
Yes. Yes, of course. Without you, I am nothing.
Every time she says that, she gets filled with more and more anger. Give her a look, Neo!
I know what she said. I just want to check on something. We'll be back before anyone realizes. I want to see if anything is still going on at Amity Coliseum. Salem doesn't know those children like I do.
That's so cute!
Just abandon their misguided attempt to save the world.
If she doesn't want to, I'll come.
You're such
I'm working on my semblance. I can help.
You're such a simp!
I won't tell anybody.
What are those back there?
How much did you overhear?
Everything. She's a simp. Heater!
You're right, Ren. I did cheat my way into Beacon. And I'm glad I had people around me to help me see that I was bigger than that mistake. You've got people around you too. You don't have to force yourself to be strong. The more you hide from what you're feeling, the more alone you're going to feel. Trust me.
If anyone cares, I found a part to fix the bike. So, yay!
Oh.
Good news.
You're gonna freeze to death,
For what it's
Twink.
worth, I'm sorry he said that to you. I know you've had to work hard to get here, Jaune.
We're all under a lot of stress right now. I used to push people away
Shared trauma.
Do you think she thinks less of me for not helping out with Amity?
Ruby is your sister. She's always going to love you, even if you disagree with each other.
Yeah. Ruby.
They're gay, Your Honor!
But I can't stop thinking about Oscar.
Go on. I'll make sure Ren doesn't brood himself to death out in the cold.
Thanks. I just have a bad feeling. Things always seem to get worse before they get better.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Oh great, that's what it means by fault! Fantastic. Great, is that the end of the episode? Yup, it is. Great, fantastic, great! That was a really cool sequence. Gooey. Man, they really did a lot of mood pieces for this episode. Like, I can't blame them considering how moody everything is, but it's still like, damn, that's more than normal. Okay, I was gonna scroll back at one point. Let's see if I can find out what it was. I should talk before I scrub. Jesus. Okay. So I know that I called that Ren was gonna have like a snap moment, which granted isn't hard to do because he's kind of lined up for that, but the fact that this was you see, it's funny because like the fault lines are appearing on the ground in the world, they're appearing on him too. It's literally like the little earthquakes leading up to the one big earthquake. That's really where we're at with Lyren right now, isn't it? It's just Yang, this gay. Just, do you think she thinks less of me because of baby girl? No! She doesn't! She doesn't! I know you're insecure and have trauma, but she wouldn't think like that! I love how they're just like, Oscar just in the beginning, like, we can be separated without being divided. Like, we don't have to always, like, we can be in groups and not be divided. And then here we are, divided in groups. Oh, okay. On the bright side, it doesn't look like anything really came of it dripping on Oscar so far, which is nice. That poor boy is not going to have any ribs left. He isn't. They're all broken. He's gonna be a human jello. That's all that's gonna be left of him. And you know that all of that anger was just directed at himself. You know, like, at least half of the shit that Ren was saying there was just directed at himself. Just like, we have to make all these choices that we're not qualified to make, and we keep making the wrong ones. And you know he's like, oh man, I made the wrong choice going to save Jaune and going to save Yang instead of, like, saving Oscar, because, like, they gave me this chance, and then I chose to save them instead. It's just like, baby boy. No. Hey, there's value in saving your friends' lives. But, you know, that's just my opinion. That's my business. Nora's still unconscious, and I'm glad. I honestly, oh god, just So yeah, Ruby was calling Yang and it didn't go through because they're too far out, which doesn't surprise me, but it makes me wonder if any other part of them is able to be received through signal, you know? Like, Yang was tracking their auras, and it makes me wonder if RWBY could also... Like, I know that they didn't have signal to get a call, but I don't know how... They probably couldn't track them either, but... I love that Jaune continues to be baby. He is an baby who still doesn't understand relationships. Like, he's not the best at it. Like, Jaune, it's been 5 volumes and you still can't tell when people are crushing. For the love of God, I thought you learned. Having the song be like The Sky is Falling or whatever was a very nice comparison to Touch the Sky last volume and how it was all like, yeah, I'm loving myself and I'm feeling myself and I'm doing my best and I'm proud of who I am, and then this time it's like, huh, everything is bad, everything is worse, things are going to hell. That was fun. I really liked that sequence. I bet they had fun with that. I bet they really... I'm so sorry. Again, I have not been awake very long. I've been awake for 45 minutes. Like, I bet they have fun. I would love to see what the Maya scene looked like. I wonder if it was a fun case of mostly moving the environment, leaving the characters still, so they didn't have to do like a huge environmental set, but I guess they would have had to anyway. I want to know how they did that. I really hope they do behind the scenes on it. It was very fun to watch. I'm very proud of Jaune for... He really was just driving by and slicing and dicing, and he did a very good job, and I'm proud of him. I love him. I say this a lot. I give volume 1 to Jaune a lot of shit. And I think part of that is partially from my own personal experiences, where with a very specific kind of boy, I've had a lot of interactions with that he's very close to, where I'm just kind of like, for the love of God, will you just fucking stop? But he really has grown and improved a lot, and he really does care about others. Like, I will take season 4 through 7, 8 Jaune anytime. Anytime. Just, I'm begging, please DM me. I love that Robin is just telling them stories about the Happy Huntresses and their whole crew. I love that she's just calling Harriet out, just like, you don't want the truth. You want someone to be mad at, because that is a very common problem going on right now in Atlas. So, looks like Whitley's mom did not step up to the plate of being a parent. On one hand, I'm glad that Weiss was just like, go to your room, like, fuck you. I was locked in my room, you go to yours. But on the other hand, they need to sit down and have a conversation. This may not be the time for it, but they really need to, because I think part of it is Weiss really hasn't had time to think on that whole thing that her mom told her of just like, it's like, Whitley hates me, of course he does. You left him here with us. Like, she hasn't had time to really think on that, and I think she does need to have that conversation. I love that we're getting more interactions between Ruby and Blake. We haven't, throughout the course of the show, they haven't really interacted that much. And I'm glad that we're seeing more of it. Hi, baby. I'm really glad that we're seeing more of it because I think they have very wholesome interactions, and I'm glad that we're seeing that. Taco, stop showing your butthole on YouTube. I didn't raise you to be a hussy. I'm glad that they're really paying attention to the aura thing. The thing is, because it is so cold, their aura is already going to be so much lower later on. Okay, but the move that Ren did to save them, that was smooth. That was smooth, and it was neat as hell. And I love that when they fist bumped, Yang did so with such force that it threw off Jaune's control of the bike. That makes me really happy. Like, he's just a Dorcas. He's just a Dorcas. And, hi, baby. You really want rubs right now, huh? Please don't rub on the microphone. It will pick up all of your cat hair. And, ma'am, that is the corner of my monitor that you're rubbing against. Yeah? Okay. trying to think. So purring. So Joanna's a huge muscle, but hasn't lost a fight yet. The whole, it's like, you don't get to keep that. It's like, were you really even his friend, Harriet? Because I explicitly remember you guys in, like, chapter 3 of volume 7 being like, we're co-workers. We don't hang out in our free time. Like, we trust each other with our lives. We aren't gonna go to the movies or whatever. It's like, do you really? Okay, Crow's whole, I'm sorry if this is really scatterbrained. It's because I'm really scatterbrained right now. Crow's whole, like, he blames himself, and, like, for the first time, he thought he could actually be with someone without it being complicated. And I'm just like, no. It's just sad. And it makes sense. But it's sad. Because it really was a case of, like, anytime, like, yeah, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm here for, I'll be here no matter what. And then as soon as bad things start happening, it's like, actually, you know what? I didn't think about the whole scope of it, so I'm gonna leave. Like, he's been lonely and isolated, both by his own doing and unintentionally, his whole, do not chew my headphone cord, his whole life. Like, even his own sister's a piece of shit. So, and he finally thinks he finds someone. Like, you can see that in the look when he meets Clover. I'm just like, well, what a coincidence. My semblance is good luck. And he's just like he finally has hope again, and then it's just gone. Also, you know that Watts was mad about being thrown, but you know he's just putting all this just for show, as if he isn't getting preferential treatment, as if he isn't getting, like, 5G Wi-Fi while he hacks something he's always wanted to hack. Like, performative as fuck, basically. Wow, my brain is just dead today. And you know that Jean told Ren that in confidence, too. Cause, like, Taco, stop. Cause, like, fuck, what was Cardin found out by accident. And Jean told Pyrrha explicitly. And you know that there was definitely an instance where they had to sit down and tell Ren and Nora, hey, I cheated my way into Beacon. I faked my entry papers. I'm doing whatever I can to belong here, to be your leader. Like, you know that was part of the whole apology back in Volume 1. And so to have that moment of trust, that was definitely like a foundation building moment, be thrown back like that is a low blow. That is a very low blow. Oh god. Like, I get where he's coming from, because he feels like he's making all of the wrong decisions, and he's just bottling it up like a Molotov cocktail, but he's lashing out at the people he doesn't need, he really shouldn't be lashing out at. And I love that Yang can see it, because she's done that before, and she's just like, no. Like, they've both done it before. So, she's just trying to be like, hey, this isn't the best thing to do, you know, you can talk to us, you can, you know, shutting down like this isn't helpful, and he's just snapping. And I love her, I love Yang Xiaolong, but she doesn't super have, like, the tolerance for that. She's not quite temperate and have the tolerance for that. So it just pisses her off, it's like a domino effect, and that's what's gonna attract more Grimm. And then, meanwhile, you have Jean, who's like, why am I the mom friend here? Why am I the mom friend here? But then, I wonder if there's some significance with the snow. Because I'm gonna scoot forward. I'm gonna scrub through the episode so I can pull it up. Because it's in the OP. Oh, I gotta mute this. Because I don't have my headphones in. Baby girl, she's so worried about her sister, and it makes me sad. There's a bitch. I love that they just call her Mohawk. That was peak. Oh yeah, so I bet that's gonna, yeah, 1, physical torture, and then 2, I bet he's gonna have some mental torture there. Yeah, I feel like the snow definitely has some symbolism that we're missing out on. That maybe hasn't been explained. The fact that he, like, flat out was like, I forgot the exact words, but just, I'm an orphan from, like, the middle of nowhere or whatever. It's like, yeah, that bit makes me think. Because that's the same thing he was doing out in the snow at the end of the episode. So there's definitely more to it than that. there's definitely more to it than just cold climate. Because he was doing that exact same thing. And the fact that you immediately have the supportive Jaune moment and Yang coming up to be supportive, like, there's definitely a lot more to it than, I love this shot. I love it. I love it dearly. Like, there's definitely something. Wait, did it look like a crown? Was that accidental? I think it probably intentionally did. It looks kind of like a crown. Oh. And the fact that it immediately goes to Nora, like, she's trying to find herself and he's dealing with his grief, and it's just really their team groups are just dealing with, it's just same trauma. They're just looking at each other like, same trauma, same trauma, same trauma, same trauma. Like, I'm trying to not think about the fault that we saw at the end. I'm really trying not to think about it. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay. Because, let's see. I love that Neo's just like, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to do anything here. So I'm curious about the fault. So, I'm gonna shift into thinking mode. So, we know that Mantle has a lot of cave systems because there's lots of mining there. So I'm wondering if this is going to be almost like a Mountain Glen situation, where parts of the city are going to collapse down into the relatively cavernous and open ground, where like I'm really scared about that, because it could just collapse down and inward. But there's also the possibility that we have another beacon where at Beacon, a giant dragon came out of a mountain. I don't want to know what big prehistoric subterranean grim can come out of a giant fault line in a cave system under the earth. I'm not jazzed about that. I really hope that's not the case, but I also kind of hope it's the case. Oh my god, this is what happened when I don't have coffee. Oh god, I'm concerned. And this is just because I'm a volcano nerd, which is why my brain went here, is that I'm really, part of me is like, fault lines, earthquakes, volcanoes in Mantle? But probably not. I just think it'd be neat. Oh, and Cinder is gonna get her comeuppance. She's... Okay, why is Emerald such a simp? She's just simping. Like, okay, Neo's little... I want to go back to it. Neo's little... Her umbrella and her little steppy step was so cute. It was so cute. I love this bitch. I love this ice cream tricolor disaster of a pastel goth bitch. She, like, look at that. That's just... She's just a legend. She's just a legend. Just the instant, ugh. And even I was like, I've been working on my semblance. Like, I've been working on it. I can help. Like, I want to know what those things are in the background, because they look like giant jellyfish, and they have me concerned. Because I don't think they're giant versions of the Seer Grim. I feel like it's going to be kind of like a Portuguese Man of War style Grim, where it's just a giant flying evil jellyfish that can do a big poison and hurt you a lot. I do love all the colors, though. Like, whoever, like, lighting team and all of the backgrounds are just, they're really nice. I love all of the sunsets and the sunrises, and all of the nice, like, pink and purple and orangish hues are so pretty, and it's just aesthetic as hell, and I hate that it's the apocalypse. Why is the apocalypse pretty? I ask you that, RWBY. I mean, I'm glad that it is. I'm glad that it is pretty, and I'm glad that it's aesthetic as hell, but goddamn, I can't make it my wallpaper, because then I'm gonna get emo. I do love that... Oh, that Neo's just like, no, like, just because I'm the newest one here does not mean I want to be a part of this. You took credit for what I was going to do. I'm not going to help you, bitch. I'm not going to do something that's definitely going to get you chewed out by God, Mom. Like, fuck no. You know, Emerald's too busy simping to even think about the consequences, and that's not going to go over well. Cinder is just getting belittled and belittled and belittled, and you know that adds up very quickly with her, and it's not gonna go well. And the fact that every single time she has to do the, like, without you I am nothing, and this time she didn't add any kind of, like, my queen or my liege or any of that stuff to it. I am concerned we haven't seen Tyrion lately. Just realized we haven't really seen him. Because we've seen Watts, and we've seen Hazel, and we've definitely seen Cinder. We haven't seen Tyrion lately. Like, we saw him in episode 1, we haven't seen him since, and I have a feeling that he's down doing things that he should not be doing. And it makes me nervous. Everyone is doubting themselves, and everyone's doubting themselves. A couple people are doubting each other, and I'm sorry. Any, like, thoughts I had about anything that happened in this episode just completely vanished with the, do you think she thinks less of me for that? Like, that's some soft shit. And the answer is no, she doesn't. Just... RWBY Volume 8 is really just, for the love of God, can we get these kids some fucking therapy? They need to sit down and talk about their problems. And they are definitely not going to do that. They definitely won't be able to do that for a while. Okay. I think I'm like, my brain is still reeling, and I feel like I'm gonna have to press record in like 45 minutes again, once my brain calms down enough for me to like sort through all of my thoughts, because they're just, it was an experiment. Okay, I think I've been seeing a lot, I should probably talk about how I've been seeing a lot of people thinking that the Hound is related to Summer, and that maybe Summer became the Hound. I don't think so. I think I feel like there would have been something that made it more clear, but also I think the mere fact that she had silver eyes would prevent that. Like, clearly you can lose them based on, like, Maria existing the way that she does, but I feel like while the eyes are, like, the focal point for that ability, I feel like it does... that's not the only part of it. Like, it's not like you just have special eyes. I feel like there's more of a biological impact than that. So I feel like it physically couldn't be her as a result of that. But we'll see. I know that we have characters screaming coming up, because what is this, episode 4? So we're gonna get episode 5 this coming week. What is that, like December 7th is when this goes out? No, it's not December 7th. It's like the 6th or something. Why do I have 7 emails? Sorry. Yeah, so the next episode comes out on the 5th. And then... because I'm trying to figure out how many episodes we have before they probably do a winter break. So they usually break around 6. So considering 5 comes out on the 5th, 6 will probably come out on the 12th, and they'll either be a 2-week break or they're going to go to the 19th. So we'll either get episode 6 or 7. So that's when you know things are really going to get real. So, yeah, Arryn Zek said that she did some screaming in the booth. I think Neith said he did too, or did some crying. We're going to get some more RWBY mom trauma, I believe is something that was mentioned. So you have to be aware of that. Oh, this is just gonna become a clusterfuck of emotions. This is what happens when you don't talk about your feelings and you bottleneck everything, Red. I need to, like, slap him and then give him a hug. But clearly he's pushing people away, so I don't know how helpful either one would be right now. Like, his actions make sense. Like, his response makes sense and his reactions are valid. However, that does not mean that they're good. Or I guess they're not valid. Like, see, like, that's almost the exact same trailer shot. Or opening shot. So you know there's something to that. You know there's something to that. And I want to know. But I also really don't want my heart to be broken. Okay, I'm clearly just talking in circles, so I'm going to sign off now. I'm very curious to see what everyone was talking about on Twitter, because I remember a lot of RWBY was saying in the hours before it went up that, like, even if they didn't work on the episode, they were really excited about it, and that was one that a lot of people had to work really hard on. A lot of people were really excited to see the response for it, and I'm very curious. I now understand what they're talking about all the Mulan references that one person was talking about online, with, like, the sword at the end. It very much makes sense, and I see what people mean about death flags for Ren and or Nora. I think probably Ren. If one of them has to die, it's probably gonna be Ren. That being said, I don't think he will die. I don't want him to die. And my friends are gonna drag me for this, but I'm gonna smooch him, because he's pretty. He's very pretty. Look at that boy. I have it turned off, but... Please DM me!
Please, I'm begging you, please DM me!
Anyway. 40 minutes of me simping later, after I just roasted Emerald for simping. Let's just get ready for next week. Great. Okay, well, I hope you guys have a great week, and if you're in the US, I hope you had an okay Thanksgiving. I know that things are really hard right now, because COVID is past where it was in March, and the concern for COVID is definitely less than where it was in March, so the cases are higher, but people aren't caring as much, which is a bad combination. So for those of you who had to spend Thanksgiving alone, if you were happy about it, I'm very glad that you were able to spend some time away from problematic family. If you're sad about it, I'm very sorry you were not able to see your family. Just, guys, wear a mask, stay safe. Please stay safe. Like, do whatever you can to avoid contact with others physically. Reach out to people in your life, talk to them. Just because you can't be with them physically doesn't mean you can't talk to them. Like, doesn't mean you can't reach out and be, towards... That's what happens when I don't have caffeine. That's what happens when I wait, when I have to record in a morning hour. I'm usually just drinking coffee and playing Hades right now. That's why my brain is scrambled. My brain is just 100% bees right now, both in the figurative and RWBY sense. So, on that note, I'm gonna go take a nap, probably. Alright, I'll see you guys later, and just hang in there and get ready to have our hearts broken next week. Woo!